Welcome back. This video is a resort tour of Iberostar Selection Rose Hall Suites located in Jamaica. We were there during Hurricane Beryl. You'll hear me reference it in the video. Since the recording, Iberostar has done a rebranding, and what used to be Iberostar Beach is now Iberostar Wave. What used to be Iberostar Grand is now Joya, which is adults only. With that said, let's get into the video of Iberostar Selection. Okay, so we're doing a walkthrough of Iberostar Suites, Rose Hall Suites, and we're gonna start out in the club because then I'll show you a walkthrough from the club and as we come in. The club is not accessible because I do multi-generational families. And as we go through, I'm going to show what's accessible and what's not. So come with me. Most of the check-in lobby is on the second floor, and we are in building 4 right now. Now, let me just show you that the building numbers on how they are set up. The first number would be the building number that you're in, the floor that you're in, and then your room number. So just watch out for that as you're going through. There is connection from building 3 to building 4 through the second floor. And for the rest of the floors, you have to kind of, for the first floor, you have to come out and then walk around. It's the same thing with the ground level floor. But then the other floors, you can kind of walk through to get to building 3 and building 4. From this side, this is the jewelry store. This is the Star Prestige room, and you can only purchase it when you get here. You cannot pre-purchase this because it's based on capacity. And as you can see here, they've increased the capacity a little bit. This is where you can come, and there are photographers on site, and you can come here and look at the photography and the pictures that you can purchase. So just when they open up, obviously they open up at 9 a.m. in the morning. Oh, just one more note, the Star Prestige, currently the price is $50 per night, but obviously that can change based on when you are here and what's available. To my right is the gift shop. And to my left is the casino. There are a couple of these boards that will tell you the schedule for the day, but I suggest you download the app because this same information will be on the app. But if you don't have the app, you can always find out the information on the board here. This is the Black River Theater and also the Hurricane Center, because this is where we were during the hurricane, one of the locations that we were in. It's pretty dark, but I have footage that I will. There are restrooms right behind you when you're in the theater. If you continue down this way, this is to Rose Hall Grand, and that's the adults only section. You can watch my brief video that I was in this section is the convention center. There are 3 rooms. We had an event and they just kind of combined the rooms together. This is also a hurricane shelter location. So during the hurricane, they would bring the guests from the Rose Hall Beach and the suites together. So they had 3 different rooms that we were separated in. But we were able to move around. In this area, folks were sitting out here that didn't want to be in the rooms. Ultimately, when the storm got bad, we were all moved into the interior rooms. And if you come this way, right outside the door by the convention center is the nightclub, access to the nightclub. Now, this is not accessible because when you get through these doors, there are a flight of stairs to go down and there are no elevator access. And I'll insert a clip from that because it's pretty dark right now. But it's down 2 flights of very long steps. So we're gonna go back in and go through and go to the lobby. As you go past the gift shop over here, this is the guest service desk. So any concerns you have, you can come in here and they will service you. This is the Blue River Theater. This was also a hurricane location. And they have shows and entertainment in here as well as the bigger theater. So that was the Blue Moon Theater, and we're gonna head on over to the lobby. There are restrooms that are accessible right here. This is the tour desk. This is where Amster and the tour companies that they have on site will be. And the ladies will be here or gentlemen will be here to support you whenever you need it. This is the Star Cafe. They have open 24 hours, coffee, sandwiches, muffins, and my favorite is the red velvet cupcake. And this is the main lobby where you check in. There are also some desks here that you go get used computer, and there's a bar back there. And there's usually entertainment at night. And if you pan around, you'll see that they have another screen right there that has today's list of activities. That's the main entrance where you have the bellhop and the buses that come down. This is where you do check-in. And this is where you can meet your group. Down that way, there are rooms and it's accessible. And so that's where we have a lot of our guests that have mobility issues. There are elevators to my right in that corner that will take you upstairs to building 3. And if we go this way, you'll see the grand stairs. And Iberostar is known for their grand staircase. If you look up, there's a vaulted ceiling, but if you look down, this is their famous steps and staircase that It's perfect for weddings, group photos, or just your own general photo session. All right. And if you come with me, we're going to go out so we can see a view of the resort as a whole. Oh, and one more thing, because of, as I was mentioning, accessibility to get down, you don't have to go down these steps. There are elevators right behind the check-in desk that will take you down to the right that way. That will take you down to the buffet and the steps. Beautiful view. If you could just pan out and see the whole lobby. One thing to note when you're coming out this way, you have to step down because, you know, there are notices, but most people miss it. There are loungers all around here that you can chill with your family. And sometimes you can rent this spot for private events, but you'll have to talk to the staff for it. And if you come this way, you see the big view. I love that the resort is in a U shape so that you kind of, even if you book a tropical view, you almost can get an ocean view from your room. And that's the beauty of the U shape design. So here is the resort, the outside. There's a lazy river. I call it the lazy river because it does move a little bit slow. There's the activity pool and the main pool, which is in the um, further out right there. And there's a pool bar, a swim up bar. To my left is where they would have the jerk hut during the day for lunch. There are activities all around. In the center building right there is the towel, and there's a bathroom. Uh, and as far as accessibility, if you look down, the grounds are pretty um, well maintained that we've been able to move a wheelchair around. And so if you have a motorized wheelchair or not, you can get around the grounds pretty easily, as well as get to the beach, even though you can't get on the sand with a wheelchair. I must commend the staff that they've done an excellent job after the hurricane cleaning up. There were some structural, and if you see, there were some structural damage, but not so much that it affected the guests. There were some rooms that were flooded, and they've been working really hard to clean it up. The grounds was cleaned up within a day. So I commend the staff at Iberostar Suites and the beach as well as the Grand, because while I was at the Grand, they were cleaning the tiles as well. So now we're gonna go back in, go down to the ground level so we could see the buffet area. There is one restaurant on this main second level, which is the Asian restaurant, and that's where when I mentioned the one room behind the registration, further down that hallway, there's one restaurant on this level. But we're gonna go down where most of the other restaurants are. Okay, we're gonna go now. We're gonna go downstairs to the restaurants. One thing you have to look for are the signs. Sometimes it's very visible and sometimes it's not. You just have to turn left or right and it kind of shows you where you are. Good morning. Good morning. So Marine, the buffet serves breakfast and we probably won't go in there and show much because I don't like to show folks as they're eating, but I'll insert a video in here of the buffet. That when you're staying at suites, you can eat here or you can eat at beach. So you're staying at one, but you have access to two. So if you don't like the buffet here or if you want to try something new, I highly recommend that you do go over to beach and check out their buffet. So one thing you should note is that it's two separate management team and one is noticeably better than the other when it comes to food. And so the ladies will check you in there and you can go in and have breakfast. They do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And all the restaurants except for the hibachi is reservation free. Hibachi, you do have to make reservations for. Good morning. All right, so we're gonna walk on over to the beach, and then as we're walking through, I will show you where two of the other restaurants are. There is a cat sanctuary on site. I have not been there, but you could see the cats around. Please do not feed them. Um, they're pretty chill. They don't bother you if you are one of those that don't like animals. I have seen some people pet them, but the management does request that you don't feed them. If you are here for weddings, this is one of the locations that you would have a wedding. And up there is where we were just at. So to orient yourself, you go through these doors, it'll take you back into the lobby and the grand staircase will be right there. And we're gonna walk that way where there are two restaurants. You may notice that these waters are a little murky. That's from the storm. So while they've cleaned all the ones that guests are accessing and using, these are still left to be cleaned. But they've picked a lot of the debris because some of these palm trees lost a lot of their the palms, I guess. But they only had a few trees that actually came down on this side. In the beach, in the grand side, there were a few more that came down, and then in the beach between the suites and the beach resort, there were a lot more that came down there. So as far as restaurants, not all of them are open every day. That's why you either pay attention to those TV screens in the lobby or on the app because it will tell you which one is open and which one isn't when it comes to making plans for dinner. Okay? And To my left is the Greek, and to my right is the Italian. Let me see if the door is open. Try not to. So I can't say that our trip has been a little bit more unusual than most because of the hurricane. We've had to switch our schedule around, so we have not been able to dine at most of these restaurants because they were closed. The staff has been working overtime to accommodate everyone, so they closed the restaurants. So if you are here and there's a natural disaster, please just be patient and accommodating to the staff because they do work hard. And so in order to do that, they will close these restaurants. And if you come with me, we're just gonna walk down to the pools and then you'll see the beaches right there. So as I was saying, as we get down here, if you look this way, it's in a U shape. This is 3, this is 4. 1 and 2 is at beach. And in each building, there's 2 elevators, one that's sort of center and one that's sort of at the end. So just kind of orient yourself because you don't always have to go back to the lobby to get downstairs. I do love that this resort has a lot of beach chairs, and I have not seen the beach chair hugging people. As you can see now, it's about 9 o'clock, and no one has come down and taken up chairs and you know, chair hugging people. We don't see them here. So this is the perfect view of the resort as a whole. These rooms are oceanfront rooms or ocean view. These are designated as tropical because they have the palm trees in front of you. But as I said before, depending on where you are, these rooms right in front of us are considered tropical. But if you're on the fourth level, the fourth floor, you have a clear view of the ocean in front of you. This is the towel area, and there's restrooms right there, so you don't have to go back. Good morning. Good. And right here, this is the main pool. A lot of the activities during the day is either at this pool or at this pool, but this is the one that gets the most action. There's music. The entertainment staff is out here getting the crowd pumped up, and there's a swim up bar right there. On site, they have a dive-in, Drexel dive-in. So if you want to dive or if you want to do some diving lessons, you could do that here on site. We could come this way. Thank you. You didn't want us to be in the picture. Oh, I don't like putting people in it, so we'll move out your way. And here is where I was saying that the ramp to the beach is accessible. You can come down here, and this is also the way that you can get to the beach resort. You can either go this way or from the front desk, walk on the other side. Say no more. Well, yeah. One thing you should note is there will be vendors, local vendors at the beach selling their merchandise. You can support them, please, if you want to. But to my extreme right is the jerk hut, and they serve lunch on that side. And as you can see, the staff is still cleaning up the beach from the hurricane. And here's your beach view. There's lifeguard at the beach and at the pools if you need it. But just keep an eye for your local guests and your fellow travelers. Okay, so if you walk this way, over here is where the steakhouse is, and both beach and suite share the steakhouse. The ones that are on this side only for suite members, so that's the Greek, the Italian. But the one that's in the middle here, both resort can share it. Okay, so as you come down the beach, the walkway here, you're gonna hit the Star Camp before you hit the steakhouse. So let's go this way. It has been closed for the past couple of days because you see that there was a lot of damage that happened here. If you want to look real quick, that's what I'm talking about. These rooms were hit pretty hard during the hurricane. So even though the actual Star Camp has been closed, the staff has been doing activity with the kids outside of the location here. The water park for the kids is also on this side. So Star Camp is from what is it, 8 to 17, I would say, but they have them segmented up in 13 to 17 is the Eagles, and they have a Eagle area in stock in the beach for them that we'll show you. But this is the water park. It's obviously closed as they are servicing it because it was hit. And this is the Star Camp building. I'm also going to take this opportunity to show that right behind this building is the gym, and that's shared with all three buildings. That was also hit because of this area that it's in that was flooded, so they're also working on cleaning that up. If you look at the two buildings from your left and your right, you'll see the difference between the color schemes of beach and suite. Thank you for watching so far. I hope that you've enjoyed the walkthrough of Iberostar selection. I'm gonna end this video here and I will start the next one when we get back down this walkway to the restaurant, and we'll go over to Iberostar Beach, but now it's called Iberostar Wave. See you at the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Come this way.